Okay, so as promised, we'll do the next part. This is continuation. Make sure my speaker on. Okay, my speaker is on. Where we'll now do damage. So if we do a world where we have health, and in that we're going to have a variable. I like to use ints for health, just personal preference, nothing for any kind of reason. And he has health, and we'll even give the skeleton health, and use the exact same system. He can also have 50 health. So the way I like to attack with AI is, I don't know if I have my behavior in here. Oh, I do have my behavior in here. Oh, it'd be so much better to use that. But maybe I won't. I'll do it the normal way. So, okay, we have sword, R1, R2, and R3. So let's go here and go into the events. These particular animations already have an event here. Not that I want to use that one. Oop. So I'm going to actually take that spot though, and I'm going to send event and attack. And I'm just going to copy that, come over here, apply, do the same thing. Apply, and same thing. And apply. So now we're going to have a event called attacks, and it will sit right there. So when that happens, what do we need to do? We need to get FSM, game object, we need distance, we need a float compare. Let's do a random int, set event data, and send an event. Okay, so first we need damage of some type. So we're going to do a random damage. Ba-doop, stick that at the top. We'll put the send event after that. Well, I guess we don't technically even need that yet. Okay, so where's our get? Oh. So from attacking, we have my attacking target. So this needs to be at the top. Next we have the distance, and that's going to be of our target, even though I spelt it wrong. And we have distance. We don't need that every frame. Okay, so where's our float compare? So if distance is less than 3, we're going to hit. This is it's kind of the best way that I've seen it done. It's so much easier, more dependable. All right, so I guess with this stuff here, we can actually move this stuff over here. So we get our target, we're checking our distance. If our distance is close, we're just gonna random damage, set it, send to our target. We have an FSM called health, and it needs an event called damage. Okay, let's go over here and make sure we have that. Damage. On this side, we're going to get event int data, which is the damage. We're going to int subtract, if I could spell right, health by damage. We can int compare. Health, if it is equal or less, we are dead. Plain and simple. And this is just kind of a well, we won't worry about that. So there we have that. Okay, so we don't have any sound effects or particle effects yet, but we can see our health there, right? Oh. So we are now, should be taking damage, and we're not. I probably called that the wrong thing. Attack, of course. Attack and attack. Totally did call it the wrong thing. So attacks can now be that. Spelling, I tell you. Alright, so now we come over here. Now we're actually taking damage. And ba-doop, we died. There we go. Simple as that. So here, if we go here, audio play, and let's do, we need an audio source. Do we have a hit or an impact of some kind? Ah, sure, that'll work. There we have that. We're attacking. So let's do in here audio play. Take that off. Oh, perfect. Skeleton attack. All right, so there's some audio. That should make it look or sound a lot better, feel a lot better anyways. Okay, cool. So the other thing we're going to want is, what about blood? Well, the beauty part is, and normally I can just base it off his hand, but what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to create a object roughly there. So in here, I'm going to take this as a variable. So if we hit, we obviously hit with that sword. Okay, we need blood of some type. Do I have some blood? I have blood in this. Blood splat. And this is just kind of one way to do, well, that's kind of the fast, easy, cheap way of doing blood, I guess. I've done some pretty elaborate, crazy systems for doing this type of thing. So we need to create blood, no parent, at that game object. And well, that's about it. All right, let's move our little capsule over. Not bad. Okay, so one more small thing we will add is if this guy takes damage, we need to int subtract. Not why I keep doing that. Now there's one big difference I kind of do on these guys, and you don't necessarily have to do it, but I like to do it. So we have a int compare, right? Because we're going to have that same thing. So if health is 0 or less, we're dead, right? And if that's the case, set animator trigger death. Now the difference is hurt. So depending on how fast you attack, you may not want hurt to happen every time. So lots of times what I'll do, oh, that was crazy, is we are alive, and if we're alive, let's move this over here, we would do almost the same thing, right? Only it's obviously not death, it's hurt. So in order to prevent rapid, like if you hit him like 5 times in 1 second, it'd be like, his animation would go nuts, right? So in order to change that, I guess you could say, there's numerous different systems you could put in, but what I'm going to do is float compare, a new variable called, we'll just call it timer. If timer is, say, I don't know, equal to 3, or it's greater than 3, we're going to trigger. If not, no trigger. We have a no trigger and trigger. And then we have a no trigger over here. So that means set float value timer to 0. Okay, and so he's at 0, and then this guy can just pop over here, say hello, float add timer, add 1 every frame per second. There we go. So now, if I say, let's create a sphere, and this sphere is my sphere of damage. So if I have a trigger, if I could spell it all, Lord Turner, if I can spell it all, I'd be good at least something. So we have enemy, and we're going to have the type of enemy, our hit object. We have hit him. So we have hit him. We're coming over here and we're going to set event int data and send event. So game object, it's because I like to cheat, drag him over, we're going to health, we're going to damage, and this is now going to be the hit object. And this is going to be, well, we'll say 3. I won't even bother doing the random. And then when it's done, let's just go back so I can rapidly hit this guy if need be. So this guy now, let's look at his health. So if I now hit play, and I take my sphere and I smack him, better if I guess I would, oh, I guess one of us needs a rigid body. Lord 100. There we go. Okay, so now I take the sphere and I smack him. Oh, it looks like he hit it once. Not very responsive. Right? I mean, his health is definitely going down. So let's see. Oh, you know what? The other thing we need to do is health. That timer needs to start at, well, at least 5. And, well, I guess at least 3, I should say. Okay. So now, there we go. That's better. That's more responsive. Boom. Right, but see, he's not triggering it now, right? But he will every 3 seconds. So that's kind of what that does. And if we take that out, then he'll just trigger it rapidly. So now if he's dead, let's do this really quick. Let's do agent set agent stopped to true. Enable FSM. Let's just kill these ones down so that they can stop. Let's kill attacking. Let's kill, well, senses, we don't need it anymore. Copy and paste before. Let's do the wander. Let's kill that. I guess in reality we can kill everything. Move that up to the top. And then the very last one, let's kill the health. There we go. So now, where's our little hero? Come, hero, come save us from this skeleton. Oh my God, you're getting your ass kicked. Do something. Take this, bad skeleton. Ah, you died. So, and just to make sure that part's working half decent, let's get him while he's walking. He stopped instantly. He's dead. See, and I can't keep re-hitting him. He won't do his animation. But there we have now a skeleton. And performance-wise should be actually pretty solid. He's fairly light. But that is how we do some more of the basic style AI. Now there's a ton of things you could do to this. Different methods, different things, right? I mean, you could easily put in some variables here and give them super attacks and various other sensory things that can come into play, like when you lose sight of the player, to go check out the last area, call for backup, or backup and do different spells. The list is kind of endless. So, but I think that's probably pretty decent as a simple AI. Maybe down the road I'll play around with some more AI and I'll show you how to do, like, if you have something where maybe he switches weapons or does ranged and melee and whatever, just that kind of stuff. It's fairly easy to do. I guess I'll talk to you guys in the next video.